dear students. Today we are going to start with the chemical bonding. The first bond is your electrovalent bond or it is ionic bond. Now, how does the ionic bond forms? It involves the transfer of the valence electrons. Valence electrons are those electrons which are present in the outermost shell. Generally, this ionic bond is formed between metallic atom to non-metallic atom, or you can say the transfer of the valence electrons takes place from metallic atom to non-metallic atom. Now, what are metallic elements? Metallic elements have following these properties. They have 1, 2 or 3 valence electrons. They tend to lose electrons to attain stable electronic configuration. After the loss of electron, they form what? Ions, and these are cations, positively charged ion that are cation. Hence, they carry positive charge and are known as what? Electropositive elements. Now, what are the metals? Which groups are belonging to the metals? You have metals are group 1, group 2 and group 13 in your periodic table. Now, how these metallic atoms get converted into ions? You can see here X can be any metallic element. Suppose if tends to lose 1 electron, then gains what? +1 charge. If it is losing 2 electrons, then +2, +3. Okay, this way. So hence cations are positively charged. Now, what are non-metallic elements? They have 5, 6 or 7 valence electrons. They gain electrons to attain the stable electronic configuration. They also form ions. These are known as anions, which carry negative charge. Hence, they are electronegative element. Now, non-metallic elements are usually present in group 15, 16 and 17. Say for example, Y is any non-metallic element. So as it is said that it is going to gain electron, so maybe it can gain 1 electron, 2 electron, 3 electron. Depending upon the number of the gain, there will be what? Negatively charged sign here. Now this cation and anion being oppositely charged attract each other and forms a ionic bond. Are you getting? They forms a chemical bond actually. Now see here. Since this chemical bond formation is due to the electrostatic force of attraction between the cation and anion, hence it is called as what? Electrovalent or ionic bond. So what is the definition of an ionic bond? Children, you need to remember that suppose for example, you need to know that ionic bond is formed between metals and non-metals. So metals tend to lose electrons, non-metals tend to gain electrons. Now why they are losing and gaining? Only one reason, because they want to become stable. Now when this loss of electron is taking place, so they will carry what? Positive charge, and gain of electron, they will carry negative charge on them. Positively charged electron, hence they are electropositive, and these are electronegative. I am taking one simple example. Let us take sodium. Atomic number of sodium is 11. So electronic configuration is 281. So it will tend to lose this 1 electron. So hence it will lose 1 electron and gain what? Na+1 charge. Now the electronic configuration with sodium is 28. It is stable. It is an octet state. Similarly, the chlorine has 17 atomic number is 17. Electronic configuration is 287. It will tend to gain 1 electron to complete this octet, hence Cl-1 charge. New electronic configuration is 288. Are you getting? Okay. So here, now when these ions, that is sodium ion and chlorine ion will approach each other. So the bond between them is what? Electrostatic bond. This bond is electrostatically formed because of oppositely charged, positive and negative. Hence, Since this chemical bond formation is due to the electrostatic force of attraction between the cation and anion, it is called electrovalent or ionic bond. What is the definition of an electrovalent or ionic bond? The chemical compound formed as a result of transfer of electrons from one atom of an element to atom of another element are called ionic bond. Now children, what is electrovalency? The number of electrons that an atom of an element loses or gains to form electrovalent bond is called its electrovalency. So here, how many number of electrons is lost by sodium? 1. So its electrovalency, sodium has an electrovalency of 1 plus 1, and chlorine has an electrovalency of minus 1, because here sodium lose 1 electron, here chlorine gains 1 electron. So the number of the electron that an element loses or gains to form an electrovalent bond is called its electrovalency. Now, what are the conditions for the formation of an ionic bond? Low ionization potential. Why low ionization potential? Because if any element has 1, 2 or 3 electrons, so it is very easy to remove these electrons instead of 4, 5, 6 and 7 electrons. So ionization potential is the energy required to remove the electron. So less energy required, more easily will be removed. Hence IP is low, then atom will lose the electron easily. That is, cation is formed easily. Now, high electron affinity. If electron affinity is high, electron affinity is the tendency of an atom to gain the electron and form uninegative ion. Yes or no? During this condition, the atom will release energy. So, the more the amount of energy is released, more easily is the anion formed. So if electron affinity is high, then anion formed is easy. Now, last is large electronegative difference. Children, what do you mean by electronegative difference? You have studied what is electronegativity. Electronegativity is the tendency of an atom to attract the shared pair of electron towards itself. These elements have electronegative values also. These electronegative values, you don't have to remember these electronegative values, because it will be not asked in exam. But for example, I am explaining you. Say for example, sodium has an electron affinity value. Okay, electronegativity of sodium. Electronegativity of sodium is 0.9, whereas that of chlorine is 3.0. So when you subtract this 3.0 from 0.9, okay, 1, 2. So the difference is 2.1. Children, here experimentally it has been found that if the electronegative difference is equal to 1.7 or greater than 1.7, then what will happen here? The bond formed will be ionic. And if this value is below 1.7, then the bond formed will be covalent. This is experimentally found. So this part you don't require, but I am explaining you here. Okay. Now, so here large electronegative difference, due to which electron transfer takes place easily. After this, there is a note. In group 1 elements are the most electropositive elements among the elements in the periodic table. But when you go down the group, metallic character increases. So in group 1 also, cesium is most electropositive element, because when you see down the group, metallic character increases. So hence, out of all the elements, 118 elements, cesium is the most electropositive. Now in group 17 elements are most electronegative. So hence fluorine is the most electronegative out of all the elements. Now when when they combine, when both of them combine, hence cesium fluoride is the most ionic compound which is formed. So the bond formed between metals and non-metals are ionic. Now, why these ionic compounds are stable? Since the electrostatic force of attraction between the opposite charges is much higher, so it makes the ionic compound stable. Some examples of ionic compounds are NaCl, MgCl2, CaO, KBr, CaCl2, sodium chloride, magnesium chloride, calcium oxide, potassium bromide, calcium chloride, etc. I hope that you all have understood till here. The examples which are there for your syllabus of ionic compounds will be discussed in the next class. Thank you.